This is sample problem 1.8. It says here that the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, recommends that dietary sodium intake be no more than 2,400 milligrams per day. mg is milligrams. That's a mass measurement. What is the mass in pounds? Symbol for pounds is lb. 1 pound, it says here, is equal to 453.6 grams. So with this particular problem, we have two conversions to do. We are starting off with milligrams. We are asked to convert that to pounds. Okay? Now, you could, if you went online, you could find a direct conversion from milligrams to pounds. Google has all the conversions that you can ever imagine there. In fact, if you just typed into the Google search engine, milligrams to pounds conversion, it probably would just show you a little calculator that would do it immediately. But we want to go through it ourselves. And so we're going to do this in a two-step process. What we're going to do is we're going to say, look, there's a relationship between grams and pounds is given right here. 1 pound is equal to 453.6 grams. That's the conversion they're giving us in this particular problem. But we don't have grams, we have milligrams. So what we're going to do is in the first step, we're going to go from milligrams to grams. And then in the second step, we're going to go from grams to pounds. Does that make sense? Let's take a look at it. Okay, so milli, back to these prefixes. Does anybody remember what milli is? Milli is 10 to the minus 3 or 0.001. So that's the same as 10 to the minus 3. That's one of the metric prefixes or SI prefixes. The G, of course, means grams, and that's a mass unit. So 0.001 or 10 to the minus 3 is milli. So let's do the first step. We have 2,400 milligrams of sodium. Okay? We're going to convert this to grams. Okay, well, here's what milli is, 0.001. So I'm going to write the conversion factor here. Actually, before I put it directly here, let me just review. Milli is equal to 0.001. So 1 milligram is equal to 0.001 grams. Number unit. Number unit. Number unit. We can write this two ways. We can put milligram in the numerator and grams in the denominator, or we can put grams in the numerator and milligram in the denominator. Either one. We're going to do the one that works for us. We want to get rid of milligrams and convert it to grams. See how you have milligrams here? So you need to divide by milligrams to get rid of it. So we choose this one. 0.001 grams over a milligram. And voila! We now have 2,400 times 0.001, which is, interestingly enough, 2.400 grams of sodium. Okay? Now that we've got grams, we can now do the gram to pound conversion, step 2. So I'll do that over here. 2.400 grams. And now, the conversion, we want to get into pounds, so we want to get rid of the grams. So 453.6 grams goes down here, and 1 pound goes up here. Grams cancel. Now this one, you may need to use a calculator. So 2.4 over 453.6, and you get 5.291 times 10 to the minus 3. What are the units going to be? Grams divided by grams is over. We just have pounds. That's the only thing left over. Right there, right? So there it is in scientific notation, a number between 1 and 10 times 10 to the x. If you want to get rid of its scientific notation and put it back into decimal notation, you can do that. Here's how you do it. You go 1, 2, 3. Now the last two that I did, there was no number there, so you put zeros in. So I moved it 3 places to the left. Left is positive. Lip. If you move the decimal point to the left, the exponent becomes more positive. Why did I move it 3? To get rid of these 3. Getting rid of those 3 just turns that into 10 to the 0, which is the same as 1. So that would be the number of pounds. There you go, my friends. 0.005291 pounds, or 5.291 times 10 to the minus 3 pounds. Both are perfectly fine. Those are both the answers. They're the same answer. Okay? Keep in mind, what is sodium? Sodium is that symbol Na. Sodium. Okay, sodium in this form, which works in our body as a electrical conductor, it works with neurons, it does all kinds of important processes in our body, is actually a sodium ion. It actually has a charge of +1, Na+. That's called the sodium ion. So when they say you need to take 2,400 milligrams of sodium, what they mean is sodium ions. When you take sodium in, well, table salt, in the container, it's actually NaCl. So what happens is it dissolves in water. So if it's in your body, it dissolves. Or in soups. It gives you sodium ion. And it gives you chloride ion. And we actually have little sensors on our tongue. Our tongues are able to detect the sodium ion. And it produces a stimulus that makes us think that something tastes salty. So it's a very important ion for us in order to maintain our health. However, too much of it, significantly greater than 2,400 milligrams per day, can cause medical difficulties, including high blood pressure, hypertension. So it is recommended that there are limits to how much sodium you take in a given day.